From the relics of prehistory and the wonders of ancient Kashmir to the brilliant civilization of the medieval period, a wealth of art and architecture, which constitutes a sizable portion of the world's heritage, is located here in Kashmir. It has a different texture, a different hue, and is perhaps the world of art and life in itself in the country. One of the very few civilizations with long, continuous and fascinating ancient accounts is that of Kashmir. The recorded cultural written account dates back 3,000 years. The repository of its rich past and legacy is a spectator of how the great religions have all thrived here at one time or another. Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam at certain periods. Great centers of learning and the arts also sprang up in this heaven on earth. Srinagar, one of the oldest cities of the world, rivals Roman Empire's Alexandria, Persian Empire's Shiraz, and Athens of Greece. Its history can be traced back to the ancient ages around the 3rd century BC. Excavations carried out by the Archaeological Survey of India have established that the valley was first settled in the Neolithic period. The Neolithic culture, dating from 2400 BC onwards, is represented mainly by two archaeological sites, Burzahom near Srinagar and Gofkral near Tral. Kashmiris have a long history of preserving artifacts of the past. As the memory of mankind and a critical piece in our historical infrastructure, SPS Museum was established in 1898 AD by then Dogra ruler of Jammu and Kashmir, Maharaja Pratap Singh, in his summer guest house, largely based on collections transferred from the state Toshkhana. After the reorganization of the archaeological department in 1913 under Rai Bahadur Dayaram Sahani, artifacts excavated at Pandretan, Parihaspora and Avantipora were first exhibited in the museum. A century later, the museum got a new building adjacent to the old one. Approximately 80,000 artifacts and objects ranging from archaeological items, sculptures, numismatics items, decorative art, weapons, paintings, anthropological and natural history items, and textiles are housed in the museum. The 3-story building has 10 major galleries. The ground floor exhibits the antiquity of a man in Kashmir, followed by the developments that gave rise to the settlements around 5,000 years ago. The work of art in terracotta as old as 2nd century BC, stone and bronze showcases the archaeological development and the vastness of the cultural heritage of the state. The Terracotta Gallery is exhibiting the works of art from 1st to 8th centuries that mostly remained associated with the Buddhist faith in Kashmir. The museum has sculptures of various Hindu deities from 8th, 9th and 10th centuries, carved in single stones. The bronze sculptures from 9th century exhibited in the museum belong to various religions. The SPS Museum Srinagar houses the largest collection of ancient coins in copper, silver and gold, estimating more than 70,000. Hundreds of ancient coins are every year found by the archaeology department and are being showcased and preserved in the state museums. The numismatic gallery in the museum has been arranged in a way that shows a visitor the evolutionary development of coins starting from 3rd century BC. Punch-marked coins, Greek-era silver coins, Mughal, Afghan and Dogra-era coins are on display in the museum and narrate the evolution of currency at different stages. Decorative arts and crafts. The key collection at the SPS Museum has around 837 objects in all. It is classified into 21 subsections based on the material used to make the object, ranging from enamelware to glassware. The majority of the objects are utilitarian. Some were probably used in the royal household before being given to the museum. The collection includes objects from different regions: Kashmir, Ladakh, Gilgit and Jammu. Decorative art gallery unfolds the material culture of the people through the exquisitely carved wood and metal crafts and colorful papier-mâché. Jade and serpentine stoneworks and daily use articles in wicker, terracotta glazed tilework of Mughal times form important part of the gallery. The museum boasts of a large collection of musical instruments, both folk and classical. Two extremely fine examples of enameled ware in the museum collection are the well-preserved flower vases with handles on two sides and a finely engraved trellis design. Another unusual exhibit in the two tapering tumblers with Tibetan dragon motifs depicted in fine engraving and deep red-colored glass. One tall sarahi has a fine quality of enameling with chinar motifs. A large tray with cutwork or jali work on the periphery has an intricate jal pattern with small twin almond motifs enameled with colors. Jewelry gallery is giving indication of the culture and social conditions of the people at different stages of history. Even if many of the items in gold and silver are out of fashion today, yet the information about the ornamental use in the bygone days is vital. Culture and Society Gallery showcases various aspects of the society and culture of the people of the state through house patterns, materials used, utility objects, along with the costumed models that represent the cultural aspects of the people living in the different regions of the state. The museum has approximately 700 paintings. These are mainly miniatures which belong to Kangra, Basoli, Jammu, Pahari, Mughal, Rajasthani and Kashmiri school of paintings. It includes 18th century AD world-famous Ras-Manjri series from Basoli, oil portraits of Dogra rulers, and also a rare collection of Kashmiri banners and Ladakhi thankas. Some European watercolor paintings of the Gilgit region with autographs of 1885 to 86 are among the prized collections of the museum. This gallery has on display a fine collection of weapons ranging from the prehistoric period up to the 19th century CE. Guns and arms that were won as war trophies by the Dogra army in the World War I are also on display. This section houses manuscript, stamp papers, stamps, court papers, pattas, wills and other official documents in Devanagari, Persian, Sharda scripts. The important among them are Gilgit manuscript of the 6th to 7th century AD. Also is a bilingual birchbark document written in two scripts, that is Sharda and Persian. A document belonging to Shah Jahan's period bearing the seal of his court is also preserved in the museum. Some topographical drawings relating to different shrines, mosques, villages, rivers dating back to early 19th century AD are also housed in the museum. Textile Gallery has some of the fabulous and magnificent collection of the Kashmiri shawls in Pashmina. The design and motifs of these shawls narrate their story of evolution from 18th century onwards. The SPS Museum has a rich collection of 59 Kani shawls woven from either Pashmina or Shahtoos, probably from the last quarter of the 18th century until just after the middle of the 19th. There are also 4 square shawls which may be from the last years of Afghan rule and one probably from the mid-19th century. The museum also possesses 3 outstanding embroidered shawls and 2 unique capes or sambosas, all in Pashmina and probably from the late 19th century. Museum has a wonderful collection of birds and animals of the state. Most of these were collected and stuffed in early 20th century by Mr. A. E. Warden, a recognized expert on the fauna of Kashmir. The museum is a place that embraces the past and is open to the future, is a multifaceted place for archival conservation and restoration, culture and heritage promotion, and dissemination, education and research.